do that. I have to do that. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Alright, cool. So in this video, I'm going to speak on how to prevent a relapse. Now, I've done a video like this before, but just the other week I was having a conversation with someone and he was struggling with it. So I feel like I'll touch some points again. And I remember in the last video, I didn't say everything. There's still some other things that I could mention, right? So the issue that he was having, he was going through a period where he was constantly having wet dreams. He was constantly having like sexual dreams, right? And there was another person in the conversation and they were saying they noticed when they went to a certain area, they went to a certain country in a certain area and they kept having sexual dreams, right? Like their team. And now this is a true thing. When you go to certain places in the world or certain regions, there's spiritual strongholds, right? That cause like people to have like sexual dreams or like more sexually activated thoughts, right? And what this person was going through was just constantly having wet dream night after night after night. And he wanted to know if it was a normal thing. And the answer was no. It is not a normal thing to keep having wet dreams over and over again. I didn't give my opinion at the time because everyone was giving their opinion. And it was just on my heart just now. I just remembered it that I didn't even say what I needed to say. So I'm going to say it here, right? It's not a normal thing. And there are ways you can prevent yourself from constantly having wet dreams. So the first thing is spiritual doors, spiritual gates. You want to make sure that you're not looking at certain websites. Even if you're not doing anything, be careful of what your eyes are looking at. Be careful of the things that you're listening to. Be careful of the things that you're feeding into your spirit, right? Because if it doesn't affect you in the day, or if you think it doesn't affect you in the day, you'll become aware of it at night and you're very likely to have these sexual dreams, right? The other thing that could prevent you from having sexual dreams constantly at night is your diet and how you're taking care of your body. So if you're eating loads of junk food and then drinking water before you go to bed, right? Or even drinking like, I don't know, Coke before you go to bed or Fanta before you go to bed, all these things, right? That's going to lead to you feeling bloated at night and just feeling full in the tank. And then you're going to end up having a wet dream. But now one of the main ones that I wanted to tell him, so there are a few other things. I'll touch on one. One is exercise. Let's say you exercise for like 3 days in the week, right? Or let's say you're constantly exercising and it's normal for you to exercise on your semen retention journey. And then you go a long period without exercising. It's as if what happens when you exercise, you're transmuting this energy, you're using this energy that's being cultivated, that's being built up inside you. And your body's used to this. And then you go a long period without exercising. I've noticed it happen to me in a shorter window. But you stop exercising and then that energy is being built up, but it's not being transmuted and it wants to be released, right? And more often than not, it's going to happen when you're dreaming, when you're sleeping. And the best way to prevent this as well, a sexual dream happening, is through breath work. So that's why I mentioned meditating for 20 to 30 minutes a day, right? Because now you've expanded this energy, you've released a lot of tension, you've breathed through a lot of tension, and now you're more relaxed. Your energy is more in control, it's more stable, it's not impulsive, right? It's flowing, it's moving now. So when you do breath work, your body's more able to contain and hold the energy that you got. And by the time you go to sleep, right, you're not holding on to like stagnant energy. Let's say you've got flowing energy because you've exercised and you've meditated. Spending time in the Word is also very key in this as well. Now, one of the things, okay, there's another reason. This is the biggest reason why you might be experiencing sexual dreams at night. Now, if you're new to the semen retention journey, if it's a new thing for you, or let's say you've just come out of a relationship, right, and now you're doing semen retention, or you've come out of a PMO cycle, like constantly releasing, watching videos. If you're new to the semen retention journey and you're constantly having wet dreams, it could be your body isn't used to you just holding in your semen. So now your body's just constantly releasing it at nighttime, and it's gone through like a process, right? Your body's gone through a change because now you're putting your body through a different kind of environment, a different kind of change, and it's not used to what it's doing. It's used to constantly releasing, and now you've told yourself no releasing, but it's gonna want to release, so now it's just gonna keep releasing. So if you've come out of a relationship, or you've come out of like watching certain videos and you're now chasing sexual purity, it's likely that you will have wet dreams constantly because you've got those images in your mind, right? You've got those images in your mind, so the dreams will be sexualized, right? Or the woman that you're with might be in your dreams, and you'll just keep falling into that pattern. And that's why I recommend reading the Psalms as well. When you read the Psalms, it's like you're introducing the Spirit of Christ in you, introducing the Spirit of God into your temple. So now when you go to sleep, it's like your energy is different. You've got a Spirit of God in you, and you're literally renewing your mind. You meditated, so you breathe through all the tension, and you're not holding on to stagnant energy, right? And you're eating clean. So by the time you go to bed, your temple has been well taken care of. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you don't know what to do to not cause a wet dream. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you don't want to do the things that will cause a wet dream or a sexual dream, right? Because it's normal to have a wet dream. A sexual dream and a wet dream can be two different things, because your body can't hold all this energy in one go. Your body goes through stages where you will have a wet dream and you'll recycle it, right? It will happen, but to always have it happening is not a normal thing. And those are things you can do, and those are things to look out for as well. So making sure you're not eating junk food and having like drinks before you go to sleep. Making sure you're meditating, so you're relieving all the tension and making sure that the energy is flowing. And you also want to be aware of the fact that you've probably just come out of a PMO cycle, or you've come out of a relationship and you're starting a new journey, and it's likely that you will be having these dreams, but those things I mentioned earlier are to prevent the sexual dreams and the wet dreams. And you want to make sure that you're not feeding your spirit, your eyes, your ears with certain things, with certain videos, or with certain images, because those things can trigger emotions in you or trigger certain feelings in you when you're sleeping, causing you to have sexual dreams, causing you to have wet dreams. So these are things you can do to prevent a wet dream. So yes, it's not normal to constantly have wet dreams, but there are ways you can reduce them, right? Like in the space of a year, if you're really taking care of yourself, you can have this many wet dreams. You can have 5 wet dreams in a year. Really, really, you can. You know what I'm saying? It's just dependent on how well you're taking care of your spirit, your mind, your body, your health, all these things, right? Because it's not normal to keep releasing. But if you're not meditating, if you're not doing breath work, it's very likely for you to have a wet dream, because you're just building up so much tension in you, and that energy is going to want to go somewhere, right? You have to do breath work and you have to exercise. You know what I'm saying? And also take care of the spirit by reading the Psalms. Psalm 23 to 27, 91 and 103. So take care of your spirit, take care of your energy. It's not normal to keep releasing in your dreams. It's not normal to keep having sexual dreams, but those are things to look out for, and those are things to do to stop yourself from having sexual dreams and wet dreams. Take care, let's go.